Hello everyone, welcome again to another Microsoft Flight Simulator news video. This is going to be our first news in the month of May, and to kind of get things started, we got a lot of updates coming into the simulators pretty soon. Starting with a couple of updates on the new ATR Expert Series airplane, where Microsoft development team stated that they are going to be doing some more improvements on the airplane, patching some of the bugs, as well as introducing a little bit more simulation into the airplane. They mentioned though that they had some restrictions that was apparently imposed by the manufacturer, so they are kind of limited on how deep they can go in the airplane, and also they are limited as far as introducing failures. Apparently the first patch for this airplane is going to come on May 9th, which is going to address some of the common issues that we have been facing with this airplane. And also, for those of you that are on the Premium Deluxe edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can expect a refund if you were one of the few people that purchased this airplane for the full price of $20. Just keep in mind that if you own the Premium Deluxe Edition, you were supposed to only pay $12.99 for this airplane, but apparently some people, about 80 customers, were charged the full price. Next up, expect an update on the World Update 14 Hawaiian cities. Microsoft development team stated that they have received some more data to make those cities look more true to life, which apparently was not the case initially due to some weather condition that was kind of limiting the visuals of some of those cities. We can expect an update pretty soon on this area, and hopefully some of you people that were not satisfied with the quality of the visuals on this update might get some treat here. Leaving here the last update of this video, it's probably the most interested update that we got on this whole development update today, May 3rd, 2023, and it is from the working title team. Surprisingly enough, the working title team have been working behind the scenes on the Boeing 787 as well as the Boeing 747. So starting with the Boeing 787, we have a bunch of updates and simulations that are making their way in early June, around the time of Flight Sim Expo, I believe. And here we can see some of the improvements that the working title has been working on. Starting with some high quality LNAV, RNAV, and VNAV that is going to be introduced on the airplane. They are going to be doing some visual improvements as far as the fonts on the panels, and a bunch of other updates that you can see here. Now I kind of wonder what's going to happen with the heavy division team, because as you know, they have been working for a long time now on improving this airplane. So now we're gonna have probably a lot of conflicts between the two codes when you want to use one over the other, and that's going to probably create a lot of complexity for the heavy division team. I'm not really sure what's going to happen on that side of the house. Hopefully they can find a way to make the heavy division mode backwards compatible with all the updates that the working title team is going to be working behind the scene. Now let's take a look at some of the pictures that were released by the working title team on the Microsoft Flight Simulator development update today. Starting with a 787, we can see here a bunch of good stuff that are being shown here. Specifically on the eCam displays, they have added a lot of warnings and notifications that we are now able to get from here. Now on this picture right here, we can see the VNAV working. We do see the tap climb as well as the tap of descent. Another item they have been working on is the building checklist, which is something that we didn't have on the default 787. We are now able to have separate CDUs. Now they are now linked with each other, which means that you can be doing your flight plans while doing other stuff, such as maybe performance related things, on the first officer CDU, which is great. Always appreciate it. Of course, this I think this been available already with the heavy division mode, but some people haven't been using that modification, to be quite honest. So it's gonna be quite handy for them to get this update, specifically those playing on Xbox. And this is probably one or the second most anticipated improvement that I know a lot of people have been waiting on, at least on the default airplane, specifically those again flying on Xbox, and it is the HUD. Now we have a full working HUD with a lot of depth on all the details being displayed on the HUD, and this is going to come handy for those of us flying on virtual reality. Now to kind of wrap things up here we got the update on the default 747-800. This is an airplane that a lot of people that don't have the premium deluxe to be able to fly the 787 have been flying. But the main problem with the default one as we have it right now is that the systems are very stripped down, very basic, and there's a lot of bugs. And I am glad to see that Working Title has been also working on this airplane here, and that's going to be amazing. So again, they are going to be introducing a lot of things such as VNAV, and also the built-in checklist is going to be available. So let me go ahead and show you here a couple of the pictures they showed us during the development update. Here we can see again the VNAV doing its work. We can see type of climb, type of descent. Here we can see a lot of details that they have added to the engine page. And again, if you notice, we have separate MCDU pretty much on this airplane. So now you can do pretty much the same thing. You can be working on one MCDU, doing your flight plan while doing something else on the first officer MCDU, which is great, man. Here we have another picture depicting the weather radar, and again some of the VNAV capabilities they have been working on. Right, so this is pretty much for today's update on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about Working Title jumping now onto the airliners Boeing 787 and 747. Do you rather have heavy division to continue working on this, or are you happy to welcome the Working Title on this side of the house in Microsoft Flight Simulator? I really do appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you on the next one.